Okay, so we're here again in the kitchen. We're making another cookie for Christmas, and these are what we call cheesecake cookies. This one's more of like a Christmas if you're going to someone's house, or if you have maybe a New Year's Eve party you're going to. But we're going to go ahead and make them today and enjoy them for a little bit before the Christmas season starts. Simple ingredients again, 3.5 cups of flour. To that we're going to add 2 teaspoons of baking powder. That's basically your dry ingredients to start with. You can use salt. It'll actually call for a teaspoon of salt, but again we're using salted butter, so I omit salt from my actual recipe. We're going to need 2.5 sticks of butter softened. So 2.5 sticks translates to 1.25 cups. Okay, we're going to add 1.5 cups sugar. This is a wet measure, not a dry measure, but I went ahead and I pre-measured the dry into this so I could pour it with ease into the pan or into the mixer. Then I'll let that cream together so it'll start to mix really well before we add 2 8-ounce cream cheeses that have been softened as well. And by softened, I mean it's kind of been left on at room temperature roughly overnight, so it's definitely a consistency of mixing. So once your sugar's combined a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and add the cream cheese. To this mix, I'm going to add 2 eggs. And again, I do my eggs separately just in case you get shells in it. And 2 teaspoons of vanilla. I'm going to give everything a good scrape down, making sure everything's mixing up well. There's nothing left on the sides. And then this will mix for a good couple minutes just so it can combine. Now once that mixes up, what we'll do is be adding the dry ingredients. And again, this is another recipe, like I said, that has to go out into the refrigerator or outside to my summer kitchen to chill for about 30 minutes to an hour. Okay, I'm going to start adding my dry ingredients. Now I'll do this a little at a time because it is a fuller batter. And if I don't, it'll actually probably blow up all into my face. Okay, so once that's done, I'm going to go ahead and transfer it to a different bowl so it can chill. And I mean, unfortunately, we don't have smell-o-vision, but the vanilla scent is really, really nice. Okay, so this is ready to be covered with some saran wrap, chilled. And again, because we're in video world, this will only be a few minutes for you, but it'll be like about an hour, hour and a half for us before we actually take this and start making it into balls and then rolling it in the graham crackers to bake it. Okay, so we're back with our cheesecake cookies. We actually have this is nice and chilled. This is our graham cracker crumbs we're going to use to roll in. We have parchment paper lined baking trays, and parchment paper you can buy at the grocery store. It usually comes in the same kind of type of box that tinfoil comes in. Again, we're going to make the balls about the size of about 1.5 inches. So roughly, again, the size of a quarter or a walnut. You're going to roll them in the graham cracker crumbs and space them about 2 inches apart. Once you have finished doing all the balls, you're going to use a rounded tablespoon. Now by tablespoon, I'm not talking something that you eat off of. This is actually a baker's tablespoon. And you're going to press into the center of the cookie to kind of make like a divot in the middle. And what that's going to do is going to create an area for you to put your filling in. Now what we do with these is we either put in like 3 cherries or a dollop of blueberry. Once these cookies bake at 350 for about 14 minutes or so, you're going to take them out and they have to cool on the trays for a good 5 minutes before you move them to the cooling racks. So you basically, it's going to take a while for you to cook the amount that we have, only because of the fact that the cooling and the baking time is a little bit more longer. Okay, these are ready to go into the oven. Again, it's 350 degrees for about 14 minutes. And what's great about video world is we'll see you in 14, which will only be a few seconds for you. Okay, so these need to sit for about 5 minutes, so I'll set my other timer for that. Then we'll take the whole parchment paper and we'll just kind of slide it onto the cooling rack. Okay, so these have chilled or cooled down for 5 minutes on the tray. So I've kind of squished them all together. So now what I can do is just take these and then slide them right off onto the tray to continue to cool. There's another Christmas cookie, and like I said, these are great for New Year's parties as well. I hope you try the recipe and enjoy them, and happy baking!